Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we worked on the front entrance of the Great Pyramid down there, and today, guys, we are going to be working on the inside of the Great Pyramid in this section right here, actually in the dead heart of the pyramid. So this exact point is the exact mid-center. If I look straight up, you can see there's the roof of the pinnacle, the summit, if you will, of the pyramid. So we're going to be working in this area today. And you might ask, what am I going to build here today? Well, I'm going to start building a storage system. And the reason we're going to build a storage system is essentially because we are quite disorganized in the pyramid out here at the moment. So we have a bunch of chests like this and like this, where there's just a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense in it, and I think there's more over here. Yeah, all this stuff is all disorganized. The other ones are pretty well organized, but, you know, it's still a little bit chaotic. So, yeah, we need a storage system, effectively. So, that is what we're going to start on today. But before we can do that, if we take a look back inside the pyramid and fly on through, take a look inside the pyramid. I'm thinking probably this entire area here is going to be a large storage system. And one of the things that I've been sort of pushing aside for a while is this temple area. So basically with this desert temple, this thing is a naturally generated desert temple, and I know a lot of you don't want me to take it down, but I feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's going to be a little bit in the way. But we do have some critical stuff in here. We have the ledger, keeping track of our total investment in the pyramid. And also we have the maps, of course, showing some events that happened during the construction of the pyramid, as well as the construction of the pyramid itself through time. So it's kind of a cool little building here we have. And this definitely works really well for this layout of the maps. So I think we need to preserve this as best we can. So the plan is that we're going to move this desert temple to the back wall over here. Now you see it's not quite centered, like it's not quite dead center. So we're actually going to move it, 2 blocks to the left and 180 degrees around, and then all the way to the back wall. That's the plan, at least. We'll also need to move this up 1 block because this is not going to be the floor of the pyramid. It's going to be 1 block higher than this. So yeah, that'll be another thing we have to take into consideration. So yeah, that is the plan, moving this thing over to there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Desert Temple Showdown. On the left side, the original Desert Temple, clad in sandstone and orange terracotta. And on the right side, the newcomer, the new Desert Temple, also clad in sandstone and orange terracotta, but for some reason also missing stairs on the upper left-hand side. For some reason, I think I missed that right there. Yeah, I did miss that right there. I gotta go place those down. One moment here, but yeah, we got the temple pretty much done. Yeah, to see, it's gotta be like this. Yep. Everything else, though, I think is done. Where is... I don't have any sandstone stairs. Okay. Well, we just craft these up, and bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Done. Okay. Awesome. Everything else should be an exact recreation of the previous pyramid. Yep, there it is right there. So yeah, we got the lectern, we got the anvil, we got this stuff, we got that stuff. All right, sweet. Yeah. So this is looking mighty fine. I took everything out of this one and transported it to that one. It feels kind of weird walking around here. It feels like I'm sort of in the Matrix as it looks like the same everywhere. So yeah. Anyways, this thing is done. We got to take down the original temple now, and then we should be good to go. Old Desert Temple is gone. New Desert Temple is up, and check it out. It has like a nice little aura of light around it, reflecting off the bottom side of the stairs there. So pretty nice, pretty nice. So with that now complete, I do want to show you first one other thing, and that is this up here. So I've had a lot of comments in the last couple of days and weeks saying I should put gold on top of the pyramid. I should put gold on top of the pyramid because the Great Pyramid apparently had electrum, which is a combination of gold and silver, on top of it. And so we went ahead and put some gold blocks on top of the pyramid. And now I'm not sure this is enough gold, to be honest. We only got, let's see, we only got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels I'm thinking this needs to be at least 10 levels, but I need a couple hundred more gold blocks, which, yeah, is actually a lot more gold than I have right now. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait on that, but I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on it right now. It looks okay from certain angles, but not so great from other angles. Just depends, like, where you're looking at it from and how you're looking at it. But I'm going to try it, and we'll see if it works out. From down here, it looks pretty good from down here, actually. Yeah, looks pretty good from down here. We're going to use gold pressure plates on top of it to, yeah, basically prevent mob spawning. So that's the plan there. But, yeah, I did want to mention that because I've had a ton of comments on that. So that is happening, and we'll see if it works or not once we get some more gold blocks down. For now, though, we're going to start to work on our storage system. Alright guys, so let's talk sorting systems. So my plan this season is I want to place a sorting system around this location. So basically right in the heart of the big pyramid. And I want to make this a big sorter. And when I say a big sorter, I want it to be able to handle basically all items in the game. So that's going to be a pretty tough task in and of itself. But I want to go even further than that. So essentially, I want to create a multi-item sorter. So what that usually means is that you have some type of chest like this, right? So here's my chest. And you have some type of items in it like this that are taking up each slot in the chest. So like, for instance, here, you know, we could have a chest that sorts, you know, blocks of redstone, golden carrots, and fireworks rockets with flight duration 1. So this chest could sort this stuff in a traditional multi-item sorting system. Problem with this is that when you're interacting with it and using it, you know, you're taking blocks in and out. You can easily, you know, take out one by mistake or a couple by mistake and not remember that you have to have these in here. And then your system breaks because other items, like let's say torches, come in and start to fill that empty slot that you took one of your blocks out of. So for that reason, I don't really want to make a multi-item sorter like this. Instead, I like a multi-item sorter that can do something like this, where basically it can sort out those items, but it doesn't need slot reservation. So we're going to make a multi-item sorter without slot reservation. That's the first thing. But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. This only works with items, right? So, you know, if you have blocks of redstone that you throw in, right, to your system. So like if you had like another chest elsewhere, let's say, put in your blocks of redstone here, the multi-item sorter will, you know, sort your blocks of redstone there, right? That's great, but what if I'm coming back from a project and I got, let's say, you know, a shulker box full of stuff that I want to be sorted. It's all discombobulated. I don't want to go through and sort this stuff manually. What are we going to do? Well, in a multi-item sorter, you got to, you know, take all this stuff out, take all this out, takes time, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Throw it in, and then it goes, right? But that's a waste, right? Why not just, you know, have the shulker box here, have the stuff in there, right? And accept that it's a shulker box and just toss it in, right? Don't even need to do anything else. Just toss the entire shulker box in, and then the system takes care of everything in the shulker box plus the shulker box itself. Now, that's a pretty significant task, actually, because shulker boxes can be empty, they can be totally full, or they can be partially full like this one right here. This one right here is partially full, meaning it's not, you know, totally full up with stuff. So that's actually a pretty significant task, but we want our system to handle all the different types of shulker boxes and be smart enough to separate the different types. So that is, if we have a shulker box like this, then it takes the stuff, sorts all this stuff, and sorts the shulker box, which will then be empty. And we want it to be able to handle a box like this one, which is totally empty. And it'll take this to an empty shulker box chest where we'll know the location of, so we can just go there, and there will just be empty shulker boxes there. And then beyond this, if the shulker box is totally full, I don't know if this one is totally full, I hope it is. Well, it's not quite, but if it was, like if we had more, like if all these were filled, these aren't all quite full, but just imagine like it was. If all this was totally full, it could also handle this and send that to storage where we have full shulker boxes. Similar to what we did last season where we had the million item storage system storing hundreds of full shulker boxes. That's what this system will be able to do. So that's one part of the storage system. Let's talk about the functionality part, which is going to be, I think, the most fun. So, how are we going to interact with a sorting system that does all this, right? Like, how are we going to do this, right? Well, I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to have a chest where we just pop stuff in like this. Why? Because that's dumb. That's boring. No. Just get it out. Get it out. Not even in the periphery. Not even in the periphery. So we're not doing that. We're not just going to go in here and dump it in a chest. Instead, I think what would be a lot more fun is if we could literally toss the items in. Literally toss the items in. And the shulker box. And whatever else we need to have sorted, you know? Anything that we need. Anything. Throw it all in. Throw it all in. Okay, so I got a little ahead of myself there. My apologies. But seriously, I think throwing items in like this is much more fun than just, especially when you get like a stream of them. Go, look at it. Blah, that's better. That's better than a chest for sure. So yeah, we're going to do that. And the way we're going to do that is by recreating Xibalba from the Road to El Dorado. So if you haven't seen the Road to El Dorado, stop what you're doing right now and go watch it because it's a great underappreciated animated movie from the late 90s era, which is sort of the golden era of animation. But basically in that movie, there was a giant whirlpool where you could toss things and it would just disappear. So that's what we want. We want a giant whirlpool, like a hole that has like a giant whirlpool at the bottom, and we shall call that Xibalba. So when we want to sort something, send it to Xibalba, and we just toss it in. And that's how it's going to work. So that's the plan here, guys. We're going to make a multi-item sorter with the ability to also sort out shulker boxes of various fill levels. And we're going to send those items and everything we want sorted to Xibalba. And I also think it might be worthwhile to have a system that we can use to unload multiple boxes. Because if you have a box that's like this full, this can take like 8 minutes just this one box to unload. Just because hoppers are limited to 2.5 items per second. So it'd be nice to be able to offload and unload multiple boxes at the same time. Just by like slamming them down on some hoppers somewhere. So we'll probably try and add that as well. Just because that would be quite useful to do. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. But anyways, I'm going to start digging out an area here that we're going to make into Xibalba. So yeah, we need to make a giant whirlpool here about 20 blocks down or so. So I'm going to get started on this and I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beginnings of Xibalba. So we got ourselves a little bit of a setup here. If we look down into it, you can see what it's looking like here. So we got gold trim around the outside and then honey blocks on the outside as well, which are covering up some glowstone. So that's how the lighting is happening in this region. So that's pretty cool because we got to keep everything lit up pretty well here, just because there's a roof on it. So everything is dark by default. Let's see. Right here we got some dried kelp blocks. We got some chiseled sandstone with the creeper face on it right there. Looking mighty fine. We got some honey blocks on the side of the gold as well, which is going to be cool because like sometimes when we throw stuff in here, we could see, you know, items hit the honey, and then they just fall slowly down to the bottom, all the way down, and then they'll presumably, once they get to the very bottom, be whisked off into the hole by a water stream. So that's pretty cool. We also got this little zigzag pattern of smooth sandstone stairs, which looks nice, and that is backlit with some more glowstone, which you can see right there. So that shines through the stairs now in 115, so that's great. However, you'll see here we've run out of material resources yet again. We ran out of honey blocks, which isn't too big of a deal. We got a honey farm, and yeah, we might be able to buy some honey blocks. But we also, for the second time this episode, have run out of gold. And so we need like 50 more gold blocks for this project right here. We need a couple hundred more blocks for the gold tip of the pyramid up there. And we're going to need even more gold for things like this pathway, finishing up this pathway. Like if I want to, like, you know, connect this up to that or something by bringing this out here and then transitioning into the storage room area. You know, we're going to need more gold is the point, right? So I got a fever and the only prescription is more gold. So I think what I'm going to do, and by the way, in case you're wondering why I have this like built up here and why it's one block above the floor, basically our floor is going to be here, and then I'm going to put probably like glass panes on top of this gold, so that way I won't be able to jump up and over, and players won't be able to jump up and over and jump into this hole down here, because if we're throwing items and stuff in there, there's going to be a lot of redstone, and we don't want players going down and messing with that. So that'll be sort of a way to sort of contain players and have them not jump into the hole down there. So yeah, that's what that is about. But yeah, we need more gold. So I think we put this project on hold temporarily, and we need to go make a gold farm, because clearly the amount of gold on the server is not enough for us at this current time. So yeah, let's drop what we're doing here. We're going to go to the Nether. We're going to make a gold farm. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and make this gold farm. So for this gold farm, we're going to need a bunch of magma blocks and also turtle eggs and trapdoors. So I'm going to go around the Nether and yeah, breed up some turtles in the overworld. Hopefully get all this stuff, and then we'll start to build this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, turtle farm is set up. Look at them out there, just turtling. Now we wait. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nowheresville, the Nether. This is where I think we are going to put our gold farm here. You see, we already got a little bit of chest storage placed down here, and yeah, we're going to make sure that we can store gold and stuff in these spots. So we're going to put down hoppers all like this and all like this. There we go. Very good. Very good. And then we're going to, for the collection area, just have this come out like this, I believe. There we go. And we'll just draw this out. And so this will be our collection area right here. Of course, we'll have to spawn proof this, because we don't want like ghast and stuff spawning and destroying everything we built here. But yeah, this will be the collection area. We'll have probably another one, you know, a couple blocks over here, like somewhere in this region or so. And then we'll just keep on repeating that. And then above that is where we're going to have our actual farm. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this farm here, and I'll be back once we've made some progress. So building up this farm is pretty simple. All you need are basically spawn pads and turtle eggs. So here we're building the spawn pads out of magma blocks, and we're putting down trapdoors so that pigmen are tricked into thinking they can step on turtle eggs that we just put down on top of the glass. And that basically attracts them and makes them fall off of these platforms. Now, the reason we're using magma blocks is because in the Nether update, Minecraft 1.16, the piglins will not spawn on magma blocks, so only zombified pigmen will be able to spawn on the magma blocks, so that helps out a little bit. And then it's just basically repeating the same pattern, so more layers and more turtle eggs and more trapdoors. So pretty straightforward farm, but highly effective. Alright guys, so as you saw in that time-lapse there, we built up one section of the farm, and we actually finished that one section in a stream on Wednesday night. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And you can see the farm is already starting to work a little bit right here, even though I'm not technically in the right spot for it to work. But yeah, you saw the pigmen falling down, and so that's basically how it works. If I boost up here, we might actually be able to capture a pigman or two in the farm itself. That would be really cool if we could. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, there they are. So they spawn in, then they start to path toward the egg, and yeah, they then fall down. So basically, whenever they spawn in, they try to get toward the turtle eggs in there. And so they spawn in here, they walk toward the turtle eggs, they think they can make it over this gap here, since there's a trapdoor here, but they can't, and they fall down and die on the hoppers down there. That's how this farm works. By the way, this farm is actually a design by Nemban, so yeah, all credit for this design goes to him, as that's what I based it off of. And yeah, you can see some pigmen over there. Even those guys are trying to path to the egg. But we're going to put more eggs over there on this side. Also, by the way, we have Frostwalker boots now, so we no longer have to keep drinking potions of fire resistance. We got these during a stream on Wednesday as well. So if you wanted to check out the streams, twitch.tv/cubfan135. And yeah, that's where you'll find that. So yeah, we're going to build up more sections of this thing since it's working already. So we're going to build up a section over here, and maybe a couple more sections as well to get this thing running at maximum capacity. So I'm probably going to run out of both trapdoors and hoppers just because I don't have too many of these left over from the first section here. But yeah, we'll get those resources and make the rest of this farm happen here. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. You can see the pigmen spawning down there, and the farm is looking like it's working quite beautifully. Yeah, look at all those pigmen. Holy smokes. This thing's got to be going pretty quick. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put down some glass on this block right here. Like this. And yeah, I did choose this spot somewhat wisely, because there is like nothing below this, so even though we're not quite at the world height, yeah, we'll still get no spawns below this in the nether, pretty much. So yeah, this farm should keep rolling like this. Man, the rates are already looking pretty good. Not gonna lie. Like, that is a lot of pigmen. And you can see that they all quickly find the eggs, and they quickly drop down and perish below. So, wow, that is looking sweet. So let me go ahead and just get on down here. I want to see how much gold we have already. I just got up here. And so we're going to see how much gold we have already. And yeah, then we'll probably do like an hour-long stress test for this. So while we were building this farm, we actually got 20 gold blocks plus a couple of ingots here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for exactly 1 hour and see how many gold nuggets we get. So that is the plan for now. Plus, I guess, an extra like 4 pigmen that just fell down. So here we go. Gonna boost on up here, and we're gonna start the test right now. And there are gonna be other hermits on, so yeah, we'll just have to yeah, that's just gonna have to be a reality. So yeah, we will just stand up here and see how much we get. So we waited about an hour, and there's been a lot of people logging on and off, so that might have affected the rates a little bit, but let's see how much we got. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay. Well, a pretty decent haul, it looks like. Yep. Definitely a lot of gold nuggets. There's a couple on the floor here, but not too many. Or on the roof, I guess, is actually what it is. Oh man, a lot on this side here. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and just consolidate all these. We'll craft up all the gold into gold blocks, and yeah, we'll see how much we got. So we ended up condensing everything down, and after 1 hour, we got 197 blocks of gold, which is absolutely fantastic. That may not seem like a lot of blocks of gold, but considering each block is 81 ingots, that is about 16,000 or so gold nuggets per hour. So that's pretty good. And also you get an equivalent amount of rotten flesh if you care about that. You know what would be really nice? Is if we had like a rotten flesh block, so we could do like something like this, and that would give 1 block of rotten flesh. That would be really cool. Good way to store rotten flesh, and also like a aesthetic block you could use for building and stuff. So yeah, maybe they consider that in the future. But yeah, lots of gold flowing in here now, so absolutely fantastic. And let's now head back to the base. We got to finish the surrounding bit of Xibalba. Look at all those shiny gold blocks right there, lining the way to Xibalba. Very nice, very nice. So, we've done a little bit more work here. You can see we put down, obviously, the gold blocks and honey blocks. We got a little bit like a whirlpool down here now, with some orange terracotta behind the water streams, which should hopefully all lead any items thrown in here into that central location, where the fence gate is, yeah, holding back the water and allowing items through. So let's test this. Let's test this right now. So if we grab some ice right here, and we just toss a couple bits in there like that, should see it all make its way right down into the main hole. There we go. Perfect. So let's try it again. Try some various different angles and such. There we go. It's a good spread. And there's one more straggler up there, but it's being pushed, and it's in. Sweet. Nice. So, yeah, really no ice needed down there. It moves pretty quickly all by itself. So, yep, all 60 ice blocks made it in. So, this will be the start of where we need to sort items and shulker boxes coming up very soon. So, that's pretty cool. So, that is that portion of the build now complete. And with that, guys, I think I'm going to have to call it an episode for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please do leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more great videos like this. As always, thanks once again for watching. This has been Co. Goodbye.